Everybody's having a great afternoon. Appreciate those of you that came out and watched practice from the elevated view. It was hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I thought today was a good day. Coming back with a quick return from Saturday. We met yesterday, were able to go through the scrimmage. I thought the guys you did a nice job, had really good energy. Today's workout, worked some long yardage pass situations, really more of a pass emphasis practice. It's got some third and extra long, 2-minute situations. It was, I thought all in all was a very competitive day. We got some good work in special teams, continue to emphasize the fundamentals, development from what we're getting in our scrimmage setting to carrying that over to the day-to-day fundamental improvement in all aspects, just to prepare us for that time of competition where it has to show up. And I think our guys are embracing the challenge. I really like the attitude that they're bringing. Just continue to work on the response when things don't go well or don't go our way, and you're put in an uncomfortable situation. We're just continuing to emphasize that throughout the course of practice, meetings, and in all situations that we're putting them in. So, with that, I'll go ahead and open up questions.
First question will be Bernie Seminoles from
Hi, Mike. You mentioned both the competition and energy. It seemed like that was evident from the get-go of practice. Can you tell early on when it's going to be a good day like that? And then secondly, when you talk about the standard, is a day like today kind of a step in the right direction of establishing those things, competition, energy, things like that?
I think so. I challenged the guys there in meetings beforehand. The schedule changed a little bit. Coming back on a Monday, this is a little bit different week. With Easter and Good Friday, we're going to have a little bit different schedule. And sometimes when the schedule changes or you have to adapt and adjust, focus is such a critical part of it. And their energy level, coming off of a physical scrimmage, I think we were 120 something plays in the scrimmage the other day. There's some bodies that were sore, and but guys, they made the choice to come out and give great effort. I thought they were competitive, and that helps accelerate the process of improvement. And because at the end of the day, you can go out there and check a box to say that you got practice done, or you can go out there and maximize the opportunity by giving your best effort, putting your best foot forward, and then you have a true opportunity to improve. And that's what we're focused on. It was definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah, Coach, I just wanted to get your take on the offense, especially coming off the scrimmage on Saturday.
I thought they responded well today. I thought you saw some explosive plays show up. Still some opportunities that we have to finish. But even being put in some third and extra long situations, I thought there were some really good plays that were had. But we're looking for the consistency in how we execute. There were too many missed assignments there on Saturday, and then there was a lack of the explosive play, which is just it's challenging for any offense to sustain success. But I thought our guys they embraced that the challenge that was issued, and they came out and they got better today. Man, we were able to hit some of those explosives. Guys made some great individual efforts, but just overall, I thought we were pretty crisp in what we were asking them to do.
It seems like Pokey's starting to make more and more big plays. How close is he to kind of being that lead guy that you guys need in the receiving corps?
Well, I was really pleased with Pokey last year. I mean, towards the end of the year, especially when he was kind of started into that role. With North Carolina State, game was a really good game for him. And then looking at the Duke game, it started off great for him, but unfortunately he got hurt, and that was an injury that kind of nagged him throughout the early part of this the winter conditioning program. But his response to that was incredible, and the work that he's done in the weight room, the work that he's done, in his mental preparation, it's been phenomenal. He's done a great job with his body weight. He's up, I think, pressing to an all-time high. He's gotten stronger. The confidence in the offense. Capitalizing on some of the balls that have come his way. The one in the scrimmage, he caught a short 5-6 yard pass and turned it into an explosive. Today, we had a 2-minute situation, and he got behind the defense and was able to end the game on a deep touchdown pass. So, it's good to see him have those moments, but, I'm really pleased with the leadership, the encouragement, and, really how he's helping these young receivers come along. That's what you want to see, because there is great competition, and we got guys that are pushing every single day, but when you see teammates helping the guys competing against them, trying to elevate their game, it's an encouraging sight, and it makes everybody better.
I know last year, Mike, that Jordan Travis was getting more confident as a passer. Has that carried over to the spring? It seems like he's making some big-time throws over the middle of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just his continued growth and development. He has confidence in what we're asking him to do. Really establishing a great rhythm. With his feet and how to get the ball out. Trying to stay consistent in those fundamentals, and his best days are ahead of him. And you see the development that he had in 1 year period of time. He is definitely continued to get better in all aspects, and just excited about where he's at, but also where he's going, and he's playing good football. I think you see McKenzie and the addition of that into our football team has been really good. I think those guys have a great relationship. We're pushing each other as well, but you could see that just kind of the back and forth camaraderie that they have, but always keeping that edge, and it's helping the young quarterbacks as well with Tate, Jubba, their overall approach, and you got to bring it every single day.
Hey, Coach, you've got all these veterans and transfers in the secondary, but it seems like you see Jadarius Green-McKnight every time we get to watch. He seems to be out there making plays. You just talk about what he's bringing to the table and how he's been kind of, as such a young guy, been successful so far in practice.
Yeah, he's just, Jadarius is a very talented young man that, definitely has the flash plays. And, we're just looking for that consistency, play in and play out, being where you're supposed to be, not making sure that you're trusting the communication, you're doing the little things the right way. And, I think the sky's the limit for what he can do and what he can accomplish. We just got to continue to bring him along, and, it's going to be fun watching him, grow up.
Yeah, Coach, Lawrence made some good runs today. Just talk about him and his development throughout the spring.
Lawrence is a really talented player, and not only what he does with running the ball out of the backfield, but also the ability to catch the ball. No matter where he's aligned, whether it's releasing from the backfield, lined up in the slot, he's a matchup problem for defenses just because of that versatility. But his growth and understanding of what we want him to do, the strength that he's been able to add there in the offseason, and what he's going to continue to be able to add, as we get closer to the fall. I'm excited about the player that he's going to be for this offense, and you could see that in his confidence and some of the things that. That he did as a freshman, that or sometimes challenges to work through. He's absolutely embraced that in the fundamental aspects, and I think he's got a huge potential for what he can be here moving forward.
With the second team offensive line seems to have a hard time sometimes with pass protection. How does that affect evaluating everybody else when you're having a hard time getting plays up?
There's a couple different reasons and combinations that you see sometimes with the twos. You want to be able to mix and match the ones, trying to find that best combination. There's no secret we've had a couple guys that are out with Devontae, and Bayvion's missed a good portion of this spring, and so getting him back a little bit here this week has been good to see. But the continuity in the second group is is sparse, and so you have some just issues in communications, and what they're trying to do, and so a lot of moving pieces there. But we're also looking for that continued development from the fundamental aspect. But to kind of answer your question, it is a challenge with how guys. Surrounding that, because that group is so critical. I mean, how they're able to kind of showcase what they do, but at the end of the day, we're all trying to control the things that we can control, and work with the proper fundamentals, doing things that to the best of your ability. That's one of the reasons why being in spring, you're evaluating all aspects of it, and guys that are that might do their job at a very high level, but because of another circumstance, don't get the reward for it immediately, you still see the growth at every position. So, all that's being evaluated, and we're just continuing to develop in that regards.
Understanding that he's still probably working his way back from the injury last year, is it nice to see Jordan Wilson out there running around a little bit? Oh,
that was absolutely. Jordan's been working away at his rehab, really doing a nice job. I think he's a great leader, great example, just wonderful ambassador of our program. Had a setback, in fall camp last year, wasn't able to play, but has just kept a very positive mindset, throughout his rehab. And, to see him out there on the field today, getting to run around, catching passes, moving well, anybody that sees him, he's a huge human being that has good ball skills, and he's going to bring a great dynamic to this offense. And so it's great seeing him out there working. We were able to get a good number of the guys back today. Even in some that will continue in limited fashion, but we're heading in the right direction here towards the back third of the spring.
Coach, with Chubba, is he still participating in team meetings, or is he just is this more of a mental break for him and being away from the team?
No, he's still participating in all meetings. He just could continue to work on his rehab, and that's been our focus. But when it comes to meetings, when it comes to the mental development, the situational work, all those things we're working away at, and I'm excited about his progress and what he continues to do.
Hey, Coach, we're seeing a lot of work on special teams. Is this typical for you, what you would do, if not a time allotted to special teams in the spring, and kind of what's your philosophy? What are you trying to get accomplished in the spring on all your special teams units?
Just a fundamental development. Obviously we'll work. We'll limit ourselves in the amount of scheme that we're putting in. By unit. But the biggest thing is as much competitive, fundamental work that we can have. We think that's going to continue to build the foundation for what we want to do there in the fall. And so it is pretty typical. If you have to invest in special teams if you want to be good in special teams, and every team usually will say it, but our guys, they believe in it. They know how we're going to start practice. They know how the time we're going to invest in it. And you look at this past year, the jump that we were able to have in a lot of aspects of our special teams. There is a confidence in what we can do, and we last year really didn't even play to the ability that I believe that we're capable of when it comes to those special teams units. And so, but our guys have taken a great approach to that, and we're just going to continue to work developing in those fundamental ways so that we can put ourselves in the best position come this fall.
You touched on it at the beginning, but how good is it to see somebody like Malik? I think he had a drop, which you don't want to see, but comes right back and makes a nice back shoulder catch.
No, that was one of the big plays I thought in today's practice. Especially for a young receiver. He had I think it was a play right before. Found an opening, ran a good route, but started cheating with his eyes. Kind of got carried away looking upfield before he caught it. But the very next play, came back and made an extremely difficult, catch. Was able to shake off the previous, disappointment, but came back with a positive response, and that's something that all in all as a team we're continuing to work on. And Nobody wants to make a mistake. Nobody wants to have a failure at any point, throughout the course of a practice or, game or any situation. But, how you respond to that and what you're able to do with the next opportunity is critical. And so developing that mental toughness, making sure that we're staying true to the fundamentals of what we need to do at the onset to make those plays. I mean, it just continues to build in their confidence of what they're able to do. Thank you.